It very much feels like you are doing all the things you want to do and you are looking up to other people who have the lifestyle and the business success and all that you want. But there is a voice inside you telling you, you can have a version of that, but not exactly that. It's got to be a version that is less of that. That is the smaller, downgraded version of what you actually want. Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to Rooted in the Cosmos, your podcast for all things spiritual leadership, higher consciousness, and New Earth vision. My name is Isabel Gloria. I'm your host, and I'm recording a podcast episode for you every week. So make sure to tune in every Sunday for a brand new episode. And make sure to subscribe to this podcast to make sure that you're not missing out on any new episodes. I would also be really happy about your review or a vote. So if you enjoy Rooted in the Cosmos, consider giving a 5-star review and also writing a little review and give me feedback on the podcast. That being said, I'm welcoming you for today's new episode. September just started, so I thought I will do another energy reading, another collective energy reading. It's not really a series, but it happened that I did this like for the last couple of months, for every month to tune into the energy of our collective and of the collective of my community and everyone listening to this. So I thought this would be a nice first episode for September. Before we hop in, I want to quickly explain how I do my readings. So I use oracle cards, but I don't use them in the classical way by looking up their meaning. I just use them as a tool for a channeled message. I have the cards already laid out in front of me. I pulled them before even starting to record. And I will turn around each card and look at the image, the artwork, also the name this card has. And this activates a certain message within me. So the message is entirely channeled. I do not prepare these readings. I just go with the flow and I let come through what wants to come through. I just use the oracle card as like a medium, as a tool to get to the message that wants to be expressed through me. This is a collective reading, meaning that everyone who's listening to this is meant to hear this. So there will be some messages that will resonate with you, while others may not be as important to you and they may not resonate as deeply. That is completely normal. That is the nature of a collective reading. So as always, take it or leave it, whatever feels resonant for you and whatever feels like it hits the spot for you right now is meant for you, and the other things will just not impact you as much. Without any more ramble, I'm going to turn around the first card and start the reading. The first card says, Provider of Healing for Mind, Body, and Spirit. What comes through is exactly that, like the mind, body, spirit connection. And this message that you should do something that is good for your body, your mind, and your soul. So you may find yourself in a situation where you are really engaged in one aspect of these three, like you're very much on a spiritual journey right now. You do a lot of meditation and you are in an awakening process, so to say. And the physical world, or the things that are happening in your reality, in your physical reality, may not be as highlighted for you right now. And what this message could be is that you need to find balance. It can also be the other way around. You are way too focused on the outside world right now, on your 3D life, on building a business, on creating content, on whatever it is in the outside. And you forget a little bit about the mind and the spirit and your spiritual side and the internal work that's also happening simultaneously. So whether you're too focused on the outside or too focused on the inside, try to find the balance here. And if this resonates with you, you will know best what this is all about. So try to find a balance between mind, body, and soul to feel more balanced, to feel more fulfilled overall. There is the message coming through that there might be some imbalance there, that you are focusing too much on the one thing and too little on the other thing, and that you have to find the balance and combine the two to really succeed and move forward. It makes you stuck, that there's a disconnection happening and that you're focusing too much on one side of the spectrum. The next card is the Peacock card. And what is coming through immediately as a very strong message is that you need to raise your standards. I'm going to go into what that means. What I get as the energy behind that is that it's very likely that you are working on something right now, whether this is building a business or creating content or something like this. It's very likely that it's about building a business or empowering yourself in that way, because a lot of my listeners are spiritual entrepreneurs or spiritual women who want to become spiritual content creators and business owners. So there might be something that you're working towards and you have this bigger vision, you have this higher calling, and you are working on that. And you may already be in that area with one foot, like you may already offer some things, or you already started creating content and you're building a community. And what is coming through is that you need to think bigger, you need to raise your standards, and you are still very much in like a small bubble of what is possible for you. And this bubble has to burst. You have to start believing in a bigger vision, in a life that feels way bigger and way more amazing that you dare to dream of right now, so you can actually align with your full potential. It very much feels like you are doing all the things you want to do, and you are looking up to other people who have the lifestyle and the business success and all that you want. But there is a voice inside you telling you, you can have a version of that, but not exactly that. It's going to be a version that is less of that, that is in a smaller, how do I say that? In like the smaller, downgraded version of what you actually want. And this belief roots in a lack of self-confidence, a lack of trust, and also in you not growing up in the surroundings that really support you in your big dreams and that don't really reflect on the outside that it is possible. So you may feel like you can reach certain goals that you have, but you will never get to like the top where you actually want to be. It feels like you are believing in yourself, but you are not believing in yourself, outgrowing your known reality, outgrowing what you grew up with, outgrowing what others around you have and how they succeed, or how much money you can make. It feels like you are just allowing yourself to improve a little bit, but you're not allowing yourself to actually go all in and believe in yourself fully and reach for literally the stars. So what I want you to do is to raise your standards, think bigger, and really get into the mindset of this is possible for me. It's not going to be a downgraded version of what I actually want. It's not going to be just an improvement of what is now. It is going to be the thing. Why would you not be the person that is quote unquote lucky to live a life that you actually love? And why would you not be able to work your way up there in an aligned way? You have all the tools you need, and you need to believe in yourself, and you need to think bigger. That is the message that is coming through so strongly. The next card, and I have to smile while recording this. The next card is the dragon, and the dragon immediately is connected to courage and showing up and just like this fiery energy that wants to be seen, and that is also burning everything to the ground that doesn't serve it. So that's the energy I want you to be in. Not in a negative way, of course, don't burn down anything, but the energy of that is very, very prominent right now. Like this courage to go out there, this courage to be fierce and to be bold and to believe in yourself and to take what you want and to claim a reality for yourself that is better than you could have ever imagined. That is the message that is coming through. And how this translates in your life is that you need to start speaking and acting and showing up as if you already had what you want. So in the case of you being a spiritual entrepreneur or wanting to start a business or wanting to create content online, you need to show up as if you already had 500,000 followers. You have to show up in your videos and in your content and speak like a dragon, like someone who already has everything they desire and who is so grounded and rooted in their knowledge, in their wisdom, in their work. That is the energy that you need to nourish more within yourself. It almost feels like you have to nourish the side so you can grow with it. So showing up boldly, speaking to your audience as if it was hundreds of thousands of people, all of that will help you to actually create that reality for yourself because you're already sending out that energy. So that energy externally comes back to you in people seeing you, in people listening to you, in people respecting you, in people trusting your advice and your knowledge and your content. So showing up more boldly is something that is like a red thread throughout this entire reading. And it's always like that. I never planned it to be like that. I never planned to have a topic, but it always turns out that way. And this topic for this episode is showing up boldly, thinking bigger, stepping into your full potential, believing in yourself, all these things, like showing up as the person you want to become before you feel like you are her so that you can actually grow into her. It's like fake it until you make it, but in a very aligned way. You don't fake anything, you embody it. You embody the potential that you have so that others can feel the energy of that already, and you're automatically creating that reality for yourself. So if you're sitting at home listening to this right now and you are someone who doubts a lot of her content, a lot of her messages, a lot of things that you want to show and publish with the world and share with the world, I really want to encourage you to stop thinking about it so much. Don't overthink it. Your content is amazing. You are at the place where you can show all that. You are at the place where you can be a guide for others. The only thing, literally, that's the message that's coming through. The only thing blocking you from everything you've ever wanted is yourself, and not believing that the right time is already here, and you constantly waiting for that moment to really take it seriously, to really show up there and go out there, to really make it a business, to really make it your thing. You're always in waiting mode. You're always waiting for that permission to show up boldly and to now have your breakthrough. But that permission is not going to come from anyone else but yourself. And you have my permission slip if you need it to allow yourself to show up boldly now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to sit it out. You don't have to wait until something magically shifts in your life. You have to decide that now is the time where you take everything very seriously and where you make yourself successful. It's in your hands. You cannot make this shit up. The last card, the final card I pulled for today is the Legends card. What is coming through as a message is that you should learn from those you look up to, but not look up to them in a way that they are better than you, more successful than you, or that you're low-key a little bit jealous of their success. But learn from them and look up to them in a way of proving yourself that it's possible. And whatever the person that you're looking up to has can already be your reality. It is meant to motivate you in a positive way. If it's possible for them, why wouldn't it be possible for me? If there's already an energetic imprint that has worked for others, why would that energetic imprint not work for me if I allow myself to align with it? It all boils down to showing up, starting now, and taking action, and thinking big, and believing in your dreams, and doing everything you can to succeed. For example, if you dream of becoming a successful spiritual content creator who makes passive income through her content, through her courses, whatever it is that you dream about, this is not going to happen by you waiting for the right moment. This is going to happen by you starting now to grow a community. First, this community is going to be small, but with every post, it grows. With every piece of content you put out there, you set the opportunity for something to blow up and make yourself seen. It's not just you posting content. It's not just you working and nobody sees it. You have to change your mindset. Even if you have no community right now, if you have no followers, if you start from scratch or with a very small community, Every piece of content you post, every time you show up, it is an opportunity for you. It first of all grows your community and your business at a slow pace, one by one. It's a slow, continuous growth. But at the same time, you always open to potential for something to really land with people, for something to blow up, for a post to really resonate with a certain amount of people so it gets played out by the algorithm like crazy. You're opening opportunities the more you post. So even if you post, and nothing majorly happens other than getting a few likes and getting your voice out there, you're still growing slowly, but you always put yourself in the position of getting lucky. I call it aligned, but you know what I mean? Like you're putting yourself out there to get lucky and something to blow up. You're putting yourself in the position of a dream client finding you. You are putting yourself in the position of exactly the person finding you who's going to be your first client or the first member of your community that is going to be very dedicated in 1 or 2 years from now. You have to change your mindset. Don't be discouraged or frustrated because you see how much you don't have. Think of it as an opportunity with every day, with every time showing up for this community to grow. It's not going to happen if you just sit there, wait it out, and complain that you cannot do what you want to do. You have to be active, you have to show up, you have to be consistent, and you have to change your mindset. You will never succeed if you are frustrated and you're complaining that you are not successful or that you don't have a community or that you don't have a community to sell your offers to. It's all going to come by you stepping into your own leadership, by you showing up for yourself, by you committing to your content as like a business schedule, to you just taking yourself seriously and taking your dreams seriously. That is the main message. Take yourself seriously, listen to your higher calling, take the action steps you need to get there. Don't be frustrated if it's only little successes in the beginning, because you always put yourself in the energy of miracles, of wonder, of opportunities opening up to you. That is what you want to be in vibrationally. Be receptive for the miraculous, be receptive for opportunities, be receptive for success, for growth, for evolution, no matter how small your start, no matter how many posts it's going to take until things are starting to pick up. It doesn't matter. The energy that's behind it matters. And the energy behind that should be, I am putting myself out there because I'm making myself accessible to the life I want to live. And me putting myself out there is the first step. That was me summarizing it for you, but I feel like when you listen to this reading and you feel into it, what it means for yourself, I feel like the message is really clear and it came through really strongly. This was a flowy, easy reading. It came through so clearly. I didn't make any breaks. I just recorded it as it was. And it was a very clear message. So I hope it resonates with you and I hope you can make sense of it and know what your next steps are. I'm always inviting you to reach out for me if you have any questions about the reading or about anything else, really. My DMs on Instagram are always open for you. You can also send an email to podcast@isabelgloria.com. It's all linked in the show notes. And that being said, as always, I hope this was valuable for you, that you learned something new about yourself. And I will talk to you next week for a brand new episode. Until then, have a beautiful, beautiful time.